What up, everybody? It's your boy Ricky Rick, and your boy Ricky Rick is back with another Ricky Talk. And today is August 1st, 2025. In case you didn't know, now you know. Why do I have this grin on my face? Because it's the month of August. This ain't July. This ain't October. This ain't September. This ain't November. This is the month of August. And some of the most beautiful people were born in August. Some of the people that have been the smoothest in this lifetime have been born in the month of August. Some of the greatest of greatest people were born in the month of August. And I'm just saying, I'll be lucky to know them. You'll be lucky to know them. Once again, I repeat, this ain't July. This ain't October. This ain't November. August will rise to become one of the greatest months of 2025. And today, we're going to make that happen. Today, I got a brand new Ricky Talk. And yesterday, I was asked the question on NGL, have I ever liked someone that I wasn't supposed to? And I think I'll be the first man or female to say, I have. I have liked someone that maybe I shouldn't have. And I'll start by saying, when did I ever have that experience in my life? I think I had that experience many times in my life where I meet someone, and it's like, when you meet someone, I don't know about you guys, but when I meet someone, I'm not questioning if they have somebody, if they have kids, are they in a relationship. To me, I'm just getting to know the person. And even if, because I'm talking about females here, if I'm getting to know someone, or if I'm just meeting that person, I have no idea where that's going to go. I have no idea if it's going to be someone I have a conversation with just then and there, or it's something that's going to build over time where I'm someone that I'm communicating with on a daily basis. So that I do not know, and I don't plan ahead. You know, I don't, just because I find someone attractive, I'm like, oh yeah, this is someone that I want to have for the rest of my life or in my life, without getting to know them. Because a personality for me plays a big role into whether I want to get to know someone or not. Yeah, sure, the first thing that we notice is looks, you know, whether a person's attractive or not. But for me, personality goes a long way. Can I have a conversation with somebody? Can I laugh with this person? You know, can I be serious with this person? You know, you want to have people in your life that you can talk to about many subjects, because not every day is going to be a good day. Sometimes you're going to have your down days, and you want to be able to be around someone that you can open up to. Maybe they can give you some advice. You know, sometimes it doesn't even have to be relationship related. Maybe it could be something about your future, something with school, something about work. You know, there's so many things that you can talk about. Maybe you're a parent, like nowadays. You know, a lot of the people that I know are married, have kids. Maybe you just want to talk about your kids and, you know, how different they are, how they drive you crazy and whatnot. You know, maybe you're a sports person, or you like to drink, or maybe you like to shop until you drop. You know, or maybe you just like reality shows and you want to talk about the gossip. You know, a lot of people really got into the show called Love Island. You know, so that's going on to other parts. I want to get back to the question, have I ever liked somebody that I wasn't supposed to? Yes, I have. You know, I think I have liked people who have been in a relationship. I like someone who's already taken. You know, there's people who are married that I have found attractive. But do I make a move? No. I really do respect people who are married, even more as an adult. You know, I try not to mess with married people. Not that I even try to, but I'm just like saying, like, I wouldn't even think about it, because, you know, people who are married, you know, probably have been together for a long time. They really like each other. Then there's kids involved. You know, I grew up like asking a lot of people, like, hey, you know, how's marriage like? You know, are you happy? And I didn't get the answers that I was looking for. I got more answers like, hey, be as single as you can, enjoy your life, date a lot of women. I got that from a lot of people who were married. And I'm like, okay. It kind of made me feel that a lot of people who were married, who I asked, kind of settled down. Or, like, kind of like if they fucked up or something. And they just like, I got stuck in this situation. If not, I would be out there still being me, And I can get that. I understand that too, because there's been times when I've been in a relationship and I meet someone, I come across someone, and I'm just like, damn, if I was single, I even say it sometimes, just me being single, like with like people who are young or people who remind me of something, I'm like, you know what, if I was like so-and-so, or if I was around this age, you'd be someone that I would go after, definitely be chasing you, definitely be trying to get at you, because you're very pretty, or you're very beautiful, or you're my type, I do let people know that, and I don't think it's a bad thing, I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but if I'm just letting you know, I do think you're attractive, I think you're beautiful, and I probably would try to get at you. And sometimes, blame the movies. Blame the movies, because sometimes, like for example, The Notebook, you got two people who like each other when they were young. They broke up, they split up, they haven't seen each other in years. The girl is with somebody else, they like someone else, and then what happens? The guy comes back into the picture and she really loves him. She's trying to choose between the two loves. And it's like, when you're watching a movie, oh, everything's peachy, everything's okay. But when it happens in real life, you're like, oh, that's like, you don't get those same results that you see in movies. You kind of get like, oh, he's like, that's kind of messed up that he went after your girl, like, you're married, da, da, da. There's always three sides to the story, and, there's people who I like since like my high school days who, once you have a crush, they always probably are a crush of yours. There's people who I met that, who I liked as friends and never thought of them as any more than that, sometimes it makes you wonder, what if we kind of like went beyond friends? Because we get along really, really good as friends. We get along as a couple, because sometimes you'll hear people say, I married my best friend, or, we started out as friends. Then you hear a lot of people say, oh, he's just friends with him. So, and I can tell you, man, I have liked someone who was a teacher. I have liked someone who has been a co-worker. I have liked someone who was in a relationship. I have liked someone who's married. I have liked someone is older than me. I have liked someone who's younger than me. So to answer the question, yes, I have liked someone that I'm not supposed to, and I'm not going around doing things about it or telling those people, because when you have that feeling like it's wrong, or it's not right, it's kind of like, it is what it is. But in this life, I also get the people that say we only live once, and you gotta live a little, go out there and do some crazy shit. And if it happens to you, hey, you're a lucky one. You got stories to tell when you get older. And I think a lot of people who don't get those opportunities for whatever situation they're in, they have a certain mindset because it's not happening to them. But if they got the same attention that it's happening to the people that are, I think they would think a little differently. That's just my opinion. But, yeah. I have always been the type of person that I just wanted to find my other half. And I would be happy to settle down if everything is right, get married. I still remember my first crush. I always bring it up to people. I can tell you some of my first crushes. First crush ever was Kimberly. From there, Leslie, Caroline. I can list some of my best relationships with Maria. I can tell you some of the girls that I had the biggest crushes that never gave me a chance. I can tell you some that I only had a fling with, And there's a couple who, you know, we were just friends that mess with each other. And did I like every single one of them? Yes. Was every single relationship perfect? No. But do I have a bunch of memories to look back on that made me happy, or, you know, gave me a story to tell? Yes. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. But yeah, be careful who you like. You know, sometimes you can't help it, you can't control it. It is what it is, and I'm gonna leave it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this Ricky Talk. Thank you for the question, whoever asked it, because that led to this topic. And I'll see you guys on the next one. As always, it's your boy Ricky Rick. If I'm not making you laugh, not keeping you entertained, giving you something to think about, talk about, your boy Ricky Rick can do this job. And you already know your boy Ricky Rick does his job. Until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one.